everyone. Welcome back to Spiked Coffee and Sarcasm. I'm Van.
I'm Kris.
And tonight, it's Friday night, Easter weekend, and Kris and I are having a little spiked coffee, if you will. It's not really coffee, but it is spiked. And we are just going to have a little fun. And
we're just going to catch up. Let's just talk.
We're just going to catch up. Ketchup and mustard.
As I throw my phone around that has you on Skype.
Wow.
Yeah, see? This is what happens when I start drinking. Well, okay, I'm not really drinking. I've only had a couple sips, but that's what happens when I start drinking.
I've been drinking for about an hour, so it's hot in here. It's hot. That's all I can say. Rum makes me a little hot. So, anyway.
Okay, so I broke my ass, in case anybody needs to know about that. Yes, I was riding my daughter's hoverboard, and I was showing off, and it went one way, and I went the other. Don't do that on your birthday. That's not a good thing.
No, and especially not when you're in your 40s. When you're in your 40s, you should not be on a hoverboard.
Hey, I was really good at it. I've ridden that thing a couple of times, but then you know what happened?
That's why you have a broken ass.
Yes, I showed off. I went and had to show off, and my ass is broken now. I'm probably going to need a donut or something. I missed a day and a half of work because of it. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Seriously, I need something to sit on. Like, look, I have a pillow.
You need a donut.
I need a donut.
Because when I broke my ass at my mom's house, I had to sit on a donut on an airplane with an 18-month-old. So I don't want to hear you complaining.
Oh, I didn't. Is that when you broke your foot too? Did you break your foot at the same time?
No, I broke my foot when Nathan was 9 months old, and we went to my mom's. And the night before I was getting ready to leave, I fell down her basement stairs. And
sorry, that's not funny.
No, it is funny. It's funny now. But I'm talking really loud. Like, I can hear myself. And my, sound waves are really big.
You're not talking loud. You're doing good. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I fell down the basement stairs. And my foot hurt. But we didn't think it was broken. So, I limped my way through the 4-hour flight, through the airport with my 9-month-old son. On the airplane, which wasn't that big of a deal because you sit most of the time, and all the way through the other airport. And then I had been home for about a day, so it's been 2 days since I tumbled down the stairs, and my toes are turning, purple, and I don't think that that's normal. So I called urgent care, and I told the nurse, this is what happened. Now my toes are turning purple. She goes, yeah, you need to come in right now.
I'm sorry, that's not funny. But you get this vision. I've got this vision of you looking down at your foot going, that ain't right.
That's pretty much what it was. So
how do you break your tailbone twice? So finish your foot story, and then I got to know how you broke your tailbone.
So I went to urgent care and got an x-ray. My bone right below my baby toe was split, like it was a sliver fracture or something like that. But nonetheless, I was in a walking cast for 6 weeks.
Ouch.
With a 9-month-old living in a 2-story house with stairs.
Nice.
And it's not fun. So the first time I broke my ass, I don't remember how I did it. Now that I think about it, I don't remember the first time when I broke my ass. That time, I fell doing something, I'm sure. Maybe roller skating? I don't know. I don't remember. But the second time was 9 months later at my mom's house in Ohio. We were out exploring some canyon or something because that was smart to do with an 18-month-old child. And where I was walking on this rock, and I just, my feet came out from underneath me, and I went straight down a 90-degree angle right on my ass.
Ow.
Yeah. It hurt. It hurt. Like, I've only broken my foot, and I've broken my ass twice. My ass hurt worse than my foot.
Yeah.
That hurts. I feel your pain because I've been through that, and you need a donut. You got to sit on the donut and put your tailbone in the donut hole. Because then you don't put pressure on your ass.
I don't think I've ever broken a bone. I've never, excuse me, I've never done that. Let me see. In fact, I've only had stitches once, and that was because of surgery. Oh, no, well, yeah, that was because of surgery. I had stitches behind my ear. But
that's when your mom used to put that mercurochrome shit on your ear.
No, I had
red stuff.
No, I had stitches back behind my left ear when I was little, like when I was like 8. That mercurochrome stuff, she used that because she was just mean and sadistic and wanted to hurt me. Because that's all that mercurochrome was for. Torturing your kids.
What does mercurochrome do?
Tortures kids.
Is it an antiseptic? Is it an antiseptic? I mean, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it really is. It's supposed to, it's supposed to heal sores or whatever. But I swear, whoever made it were parents that were mad at their kids because they were awful.
Red, like bright red.
Yeah,
that's what I remember anyway.
You know what? Here's what it is. Mercurochrome was probably a good thing to use or whatever. It is an antiseptic. It's supposed to help heal wounds. But whoever made it was like an angry parent who wanted to get the visual of killing somebody or something because it was bright red and it stung like hell.
It was me.
And the kids screamed or anybody who used it screamed like they were being murdered. I know I did.
Did it burn? Does it burn?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it hurt.
That makes sense.
It hurts, actually.
Okay.
Okay, so in all seriousness, it hurts like alcohol. When you put alcohol on an open sore, it burns like that. So, but yeah, mercurochrome, and then
that's not very nice.
I don't know why I don't know the real reason why it was red, but that was, Mom says, oh, you cut your finger? Let's get the mercurochrome. No, Mom, I didn't cut my finger. It's fine. It's all good. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah.
I just remember her putting it on the back of your ear. I don't remember why she would put it on the back of your ear, but I remember her doing it.
Oh, she did that because she told me I didn't clean well enough behind my ear, and I had like a little sore behind it. For real. So if she put it behind my ear, that was why, because she thought I didn't clean it well enough, but I did have a little cut behind my ear. So like in the crease. Yeah. So she did that. She put it there.
That's kind of like, I tell my kids, this is so bad, I can't believe I'm going to share this, but so when my kids don't want to take a bath, especially Nathan, because he's 14, and what 14-year-old wants to take a bath or a shower? I always tell him, and I tell my kids, and Ian's reaction is always so funny. I go, if you don't take a bath, you're going to get crusties on your winky. And Ian always goes, Mom. And I'm like, what? He goes, that's not true. I'm all, yeah, it is. If you don't clean it, you're going to get crusties, and then it'll fall off if you don't clean it.
Man, that's terrible. Funny, but sorry, terrible.
I am one of those parents, and there's going to probably be a lot of people who don't agree with me on this, but I'm very open with my kids. And I mean, like, I ask Nathan all the time, do you have hair on your winky yet? Like, I ask him straight up. He's like, Mom, no. Why do you keep asking me that? I'm like, well, because it's the only way I'm going to know. Like, do you have hair on your armpits? He's like, a little. I'm like, okay, good enough. And like, I'm open about that because I figure if they know that they can come and talk to me about it, then that's better than me, acting like sex is not a thing.
Yeah.
Which it is.
Yep.
And Nathan's 14. I was 16 when I first did it, so I'm not that far off from that. So
you've met my oldest daughter, right? She is my little clone. I shouldn't even say little. She's got her personality is way bigger than mine, and our relationship is very open. In fact, so open that I think that Alyssa forgets that I am her mom and not her friend. And
I do that with my mom too.
Well, and that's okay when you're older, but sometimes Alyssa says stuff to me that I'm like, I'm your mom.
TMI.
You cannot unhear that stuff.
Yeah. That's TMI. Like, I'm glad that that's happening, but I don't want to know that that's happening.
Right.
Like, you know.
Exactly.
There's the thing that boys do right around the age of 13 and 14 that they do. Yep.
I don't want to know.
Pretend that that's... I want to pretend that that's not happening because I don't want to know. You know, funny story. One time, so when the kids were younger, they would take a bath together.
Right.
And I can remember walking by the bathroom, like into my room, because their bathroom's right next to my bedroom door. Mm-hmm. And I just happened to glance in, and Nathan was like laying down and Ian was sitting up, and Ian gave me this weird look. And I walked in and I went, "What are you doing?" And he says with the most innocent voice. Now, mind you, my kids were little. They were young. They're not at 14 and 10 did this happen. I just want to make that clear. They don't bathe together anymore. But Ian was little. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he looks at me in the most innocent little voice and he goes, "Playing with Nathan's Winky." And I was mortified. Like, I walked into my bedroom and I was like, oh, like I got the heebie-jeebies. Like, I was like, oh God, what do I do? I didn't know what to do. And I was like, I walked back in after I composed myself and I was like, "Ian, we don't do that. It's not appropriate. Please stop doing that." "Okay, Mom." It was just like, he had, excuse me, he had no idea what he was doing, but I was just like, oh my God. Wow. Okay.
Okay. So I'm one of those parents that I didn't have any problem taking, you know, when I got in the shower, I took my kids in the shower with me when they were babies, little babies. Yeah. But once they started, you know, like poking at me or whatever, you know, they started, "What's that?" Or, well, I guess they couldn't even really talk yet because I think it was probably about 1.5 years that I stopped doing that, or maybe a year. Yeah. But they started poking at me, and okay, we're done with that now. No more.
Yeah.
I don't.
Time for the showers to stop.
Yeah. So I know what you mean. That whole, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Any older than that, and that could be misconstrued. But little ones, they're funny anyway.
Yeah. Well, I have to, you know, now that they're older, and especially with Nathan, I'm a single mom of 2 boys. Like, getting undressed in front of them up until a few years ago was just a normal thing. Yeah. Like, you know, I can remember my mom walking around in, you know, her bra and panties and, you know, when I was little or whatever. But now I have, you know, I shut my door when I get changed and I cover up now, you know, because, well, he's 14. So that kind of stuff's got to stop now. Yep. So anyway.
I totally get that. So what are you doing for Easter? Anything exciting?
You know, it's funny that you asked me about Easter because I wrote down on my piece of paper, like I write down ideas for our episodes even though we scratched the topic we were going to do today. Yeah. I wrote down Easter traditions because I was going to ask you what your Easter traditions are. And the reason I was going to ask you that is because, like, so my kids are with their dad this weekend. Yep. I'm going to see them on Sunday. I'm going to pick them up because my dad's having brunch at his house and their dad isn't doing anything with his family. So I get them Easter baskets, even though Nathan knows there's no Easter bunny. And Ian's starting to ask those questions of, you know, trying to figure out if it's mom or if it's really an Easter bunny. So I had stuff for their Easter baskets and Ian was upstairs and Nathan was downstairs with me. And I said, "Hey, I have Easter basket stuff in my car. Do you want to go put it all together? And then we'll tell Ian that the Easter bunny stopped by and you guys can open your Easter baskets and stuff." So he was like, okay. So we went out to the car and we put everything together and we went inside and Nathan goes, "Okay, I'm going to pretend that I'm sleeping. I didn't see the Easter bunny." I said, okay. So he lays down on the couch and he pretends he's asleep and I yell for Ian. And they come down and Ian gave me that look. I said, "Hey, the Easter bunny just stopped by." And he gave me that look like, "Yeah, okay, Mom." Sure did. I'll play your little game. I'll play pretend for a little bit longer, but okay.
But this is the last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll always probably get them something for Easter. And, like, their Easter, it wasn't much of anything, really. It was a shirt and some candy. Mm-hmm. I don't go all out for it anymore, but We're going to my dad's for brunch because they don't go to church on Easter Sunday because of the religion that they practice. They don't go to church on Easter Sunday. So we're going over there for, yeah, I know. I can see the look on your face. I know. It's because of...
Okay, yeah, got it. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, we don't need to bring the night down by talking about religion. So, we're going over there for brunch. It's going to be like 95 degrees tomorrow. Can you fucking believe that? 95 degrees. And it's April 1st.
Yeah.
So,
it's not, it's not 95 degrees here. It's not.
So,
and in fact,
we're probably going to take our swimsuits.
When I got up this morning, it was 11 degrees outside. 11.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you.
And,
I'll take 95.
Well, and so would I, obviously. But I don't want to do 100, though. Because we get up to, like 90. I think the hottest that I remember it ever being here was like 99. Maybe it hit 100, but it's really humid. And the humidity for sure is different up here. It's definitely a wet, thick, hot, humid. Where down there it's dry and oven hot. It truly is like you open the oven on your face.
Yeah, it is. But I would take that over humidity any day.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so for us for Easter, we color eggs. And
we did that today.
We color eggs, and we'll do that tomorrow. And then the Easter Bunny hides the eggs overnight, and they all still look for eggs and stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll color Easter eggs tomorrow, and then we'll do the whole Easter egg hunt, and hopefully not forget any of them like we did last year. Found it a month later.
Yum.
Because we don't get to do it. We can't hide them outside because there's snow. We have to do it inside because...
Oh, hide them in the snow and make your kids go out there and find them.
What I think would be funny is to say, oh yeah, we hid Easter eggs and April Fool.
Oh, see? Because it is on April Fool's.
I know.
Yeah. And you are good at April Fool's jokes too. Because I can remember you playing one on Alyssa that was... not only really good, but super mean, too, at the same time. Because...
Are you going to talk about it?
It had something to do...
With
It
NSYNC?
had something to do with a boy band. Yes, with a boy band. And we are boy banders, too. And if somebody were to do that to me with new kids, I would fucking punch them in the face if that happened to me.
Well, she should have gotten out of bed when I told her to. And who would believe that JC Chaz was on the phone?
Well, she's an impressionable child. Now, I'm sorry, but if somebody walked into my room and said Donnie Wahlberg was on the phone, for a split second, I would probably believe them because that's, like everybody's dream. I want to talk to Donnie Wahlberg on the phone. I mean, let's be real. I would love to talk to him on the phone. I probably wouldn't be able to get anything out because
you'd love to listen.
He's the one
back rub.
I can't.
That's when you need to listen to him during the back rub.
Yummy. Okay, so you need to tell about this joke you did on Alyssa. You need to tell it because it's funny.
Oh,
it's hot
okay.
In here.
So it's hot in here.
It's hot.
Okay, so my daughter was, I think she was probably 7, because it was before.
Yeah, that'd be right.
She was about 7.
Time.
It was April Fool's, and she had to get up and go to school. And so I kept waking her up, and she wouldn't wake up. And so I ran in her room, and I went, oh my gosh, Alyssa, you got to get up right now. JC Chazes is on the phone from NSYNC. JC, he wants to talk to you. That girl came flying off the top of that bed. It was a bunk bed. She, did one of those, superhuman somersault thingies off the bed onto the floor and beeline for the phone while I'm dying in the hallway. I was laughing my ass off. It was so funny.
I would have been laughing too.
And then what's so sad though is that she got there and I went, I'm just kidding, April Fools. And she went, the look on her face was just complete, like I completely destroyed this poor girl. And it's no wonder why sometimes she can be so mean to me, man.
Well, you wonder. You wonder.
She looks back on those days and thinks,
jokes like that.
Right? How terrible am I?
Yep.
I'm just a mean mom.
Oh, I think it's fucking funny. I think it's hilarious.
So,
man, I wish I would have been able to see that. That would have been so funny. Oh man.
I've been told to do. I've been told that I do pretty good jokes. I did a joke on my husband when we first moved up here.
Now that's brave. That's brave right there.
The joke I played?
A joke on your husband.
On my husband?
Well, just to play a joke on your husband.
Yeah, well, I learned my lesson the hard way, and I think that it probably isn't really all that funny anymore because I'm older now and I get that you don't mess around with these kind of jokes. So my husband had a vasectomy right after Dylan was born. He was 4 months old. Mm-hmm. We moved up here when Dylan was 9 months old. And so
Don't tell me you pulled the whole
I did.
Pregnant thing on him.
Shoved one of my old pregnancy tests under the door. He was in the bathroom. So I shoved it under the door and he goes, "What is this?" And I went, "What do you think it is?" And I acted like I was crying. Dead silence, like the most awkward silence I've ever had in my entire relationship. And it lasted a good 3 seconds. God. He goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Yes, honey, I am. April Fools. It's a joke.
Yes, I'm kidding.
And then he goes, for just a split second, I thought, no way. And then it was then that I realized that, okay, that turned in the wrong direction. And it's not funny to play jokes like that. So,
I don't know why, I don't know why women think that's like a funny thing to do to a guy.
Yeah.
It would be like, I don't even know what to compare it to, but, you don't think that guys are sensitive? Oh, show them a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
You're going to see a whole new side of that man when you show them a pregnancy test, when they're not expecting it.
And now, see, that being said, I wouldn't have done it to just a boyfriend. I would never have done something that mean to a boyfriend, but Mark and I had been together for, 8 years or whatever already. And I did it because he knew 100% that there's no chance that I would be unfaithful to him, and he wasn't unfaithful to me or anything like that. He knew he had a vasectomy, so I just assumed that he'd take it as a joke. What?
Well, how would it work if he cheated on you?
It wouldn't.
That's
saying.
Not how sex works, Crystal.
I'm just saying that there wasn't a question about fidelity there. There was no question about that. I was doing it more like...
I've been drinking.
I've been drinking. I was doing it more like just the joke because he knew that he'd had the vasectomy and I thought he'd go, "Oh, yeah, right, aha." No, we laughed about it, but it made me realize that, that's not cool. Don't do that to people. Yeah. So, and I wouldn't have done it with anybody other than my husband because not like, wow, that came out wrong. I would not have played a joke on somebody else like that. You know what?
Put anybody on your husband.
I wouldn't have played a joke on anybody else but my husband is what I said. And it came out like I was, my husband. I wouldn't do that to him. I might do it to you, though. That's not what I meant. Now I'm having a hot flash. It's hot in here.
Oh, my God.
Hey, this is no different than you saying you wanted to have a little bit of anal in you.
Okay, you know what? That totally. And after I said that on the last episode, I didn't even catch it until you said something. I was like, oh. Oh, well,
you want to know what's even worse is I'm sitting at work listening to the whole, because once it's all done and you send it to me, I listened to it at work and I started laughing out loud at work in a quiet office. You said it and it just came out and I was like, it was really funny.
Well, it's funny because I had a friend who was listening to that episode and he was messaging me as he was listening to it. So every time we would talk about something, he would message me and make a comment about it.
Oh, no.
And then the last comment he made to me was, "You said you wanted anal in you." And I was like, okay, yes, I did. He thought that was rather amusing. But so earlier today, before the kids left for their dad's house, the kids were talking about something, and Ian is he's got a girlfriend, a 5th grade girlfriend. Let's make that clear. It's not really a girlfriend, but her name is Lauren. So he's telling Nathan this story about Lauren, and he tells Nathan, he says, okay, so I thought I played a joke on her best friend, and she didn't think it was funny. And I said, piece of advice, boys, don't ever mess with a girl's best friend. They don't think it's funny. And Ian goes, I know, but it was just a joke. I said, again, I'm going to tell you one more time, and I hope this sticks in your head. When you have a girlfriend, you do not mess with their best friend. You will see this woman or this girl come after you quicker than anything if you mess with her best friend.
You'll see the wrath.
No. Yeah, that relationship will be over in a hot second if you mess with her best friend. So just keep that in mind. I'm giving you some advice. Don't mess with the best friend, because that's like sacred ground right there.
This is true.
So
speaking of that, that same type of situation, but in the teenage years. So Brandon and his girlfriend are over, and she is so feisty. His girlfriend, she's so feisty. She was telling us how these girls at school will look at Brandon or give him, say something to him or smirk at him or something, and she'll grab his hand and kiss it and say, yeah, I like looking at my boyfriend too, and give the look. And she's funny too, because she's got the look. This girl is I just really love talking to her because she's like a firecracker. And Brandon has learned the art of sit back and go, yes, dear.
That's good. He needs to learn that at an early age.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. They're funny. They're a funny couple. Gotta love it when they grow up. This is going to get really hard because I'm not able to clearly think of a thought and get it out. So bear with me for a second because this might take a while. So we were going to talk about on this episode, if we knew then what we know now. That's right? That's the correct way to say it. Then what I know now. Yes.
Then what I know now. Okay. So let's just pick one. Let's just talk about one.
One thing, okay.
One thing, and then I'll pick one thing, and we'll just talk about it because we decided we didn't want to do a whole episode, and anyway. So okay, you go first.
No, you go first. I always go first. It's your turn.
I knew you were going to say that. That's why I did it, because I knew you were going to say no. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. I had to take another drink. Okay, so one thing. So I think the one thing, I don't really like to say that I have regrets in life because I don't regret much of anything in my life. But I do wish that I would have been single in my 20s.
Okay.
And I met my ex-husband when I was 19, and I was with him until I was 35. So for most of my adult life, I was with one person. Now, I'm not saying I want to go out there and be a whore and sleep with everybody. That's not what I'm trying to say here. Okay, let's just get that straight. I didn't want to go out and whore around. But I wish that...
Sorry. I knew you were going to go right there, too. I knew that the first thing out of your mouth after you said that is, I was with one man I knew you were going to go. And that doesn't mean that I wanted sex with I knew you didn't mean that, but I know that you're thinking everybody's going to think that. I knew what you meant.
Yeah. I just wish that I would have
gotten some experience, dating?
Not even with guys. I wish that I would have just not thought that guys were the shit. Like, I wish that I would have, I wish that I would have just taken some time for me and do the things that I wanted to do.
Yep.
Like, my younger sister is 20, she just turned 24. I remember 23 or 24. And she just right now has her very first serious boyfriend. And she went through her 2 years of college, single. You know, she did her own thing. She pretty much still does her own thing to a certain point. But I have always told her, you know, she'd get into these things of, I'm never going to have a boyfriend. I wish I had a boyfriend. And I would tell her, no, you don't.
You don't need that.
You don't want a boyfriend right now. You don't need that. You don't need that until at least 26, 27 years old. If you want to get into a serious relationship, then great. But you need to do you. That's the only thing I wish I would have done different in my life. And all through high school, I wish that I would have been more of an academic than the social aspect of high school. Because I was so worried about having a boyfriend. I was so worried about what everybody thought. And, you know, I didn't care about school and I didn't care about grades. And I wish that I would have cared about that and been more of an academic student than just like the social part of all of that. Yeah. Or at least balance them a little bit. But I definitely wish that I would have waited to get into a serious relationship until I was in my later 20s is the only thing that I wish that I would have changed, that I could change about my life. So, your turn.
The one thing that I've always said that if I could do something, not necessarily something different, but I wish that I would have gone to college after high school before starting a family.
Oh, yeah.
And
I could say that too.
That's the biggest thing. And the only reason why is because I think that going, and as you could probably confirm this, because I think going to college, when I tried it, 3 years ago, I tried to go back to school, and it's balancing work and school and kids and life and family and being a wife and a house. I have somebody to help me do that. It sucks. Is that what you said? So, yes. If I had that to do over again, I mean, when I got out of school, I did go to a tech school and I got my X-ray certification, so I could take X-rays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. I forgot you did that.
Yeah, but I didn't pass.
There's so much I don't know about you.
Oh, that's so not true. But I did pass. I passed the test. I graduated from the school, but I failed the test and I needed to retake it. And I just never did because I got pregnant while I was on your birthday. I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Remember that.
It was your 21st birth. Nope. 21st. Yes, it was your 21st.
It was my 21st because I was pissed off at you because you were going to turn 21 the next month. And
I couldn't
drink. You got
drink.
fucking pregnant.
I know.
So we couldn't drink. I was like, what kind of shit is this? Mm-hmm. You got pregnant on your 21st birthday?
Yep.
Ugh, I was so mad at you. I wasn't mad that you were pregnant, but I was mad that you got pregnant right now.
Yeah.
Like at 21.
Yep.
Hello? We have a lot of drinking. I wanted to go to Vegas. But
I know.
We can't do that now because Crystal's pregnant. Oh, boy.
I still went to Vegas on my 21st birthday.
Yeah, but Claudette, I didn't go with you.
I know. Claudette took me and I didn't drink or anything and I went to bed early and she didn't.
Well, that sounds like a whole lot of fun. I'm glad I missed that trip.
Well, it was, but yeah, so if I had that to do over again, and I did, like with work now, I've taken college courses, but I don't have a degree, and that is something that I always did want. But I've gotten lots of certifications for doing lots of different things, but I don't have an actual degree. And that was something that I really wanted to do. It's not as important to me as now as it was then, but it is something in the back of my mind. I always said I would love to have gotten my degree, but I would have wanted to do it before I had kids. So now that agree. Now that my life is the way that it is now, I've never been unhappy. I'm not like in a situation where I have a ton of regrets either. I like my job. I really like my job a lot, actually. And, you know, they send me to school. They have great benefits, and it's a good job. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with how my life turned out. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the one piece of advice I'd give myself. If I knew then what I know now.
I wish I could go back 4 years and tell myself, don't fucking go back to school. It's a dumb idea. And I thought that it was not going to be a hard thing to do. I thought I'll just take 2 classes a session and I'll get it done. And oh, hell. And then life happens. And then, you know, you're knee deep into it. Now I'm in debt, you know, with student loans now.
Well, sure.
And, you know, I had to take 6 months off because my son was having seizures. And now I'm to the point where I have 10 classes left. And I am so burnt out and just ready to say, fuck it. I don't even care anymore. But I'm not going to do that. And hopefully I can fucking pass math. So sorry about all of my F words in this episode, because when I drink I cuss a lot.
Well, that's okay.
So, all right. Do you want to do... I don't really have a best friend question. I didn't pick one out. I forgot.
I did too.
So...
Yeah.
Do we want to just ask a random question?
Hey,
Let's
you know
just
what?
pick one out of the air.
I got an idea.
Oh.
How about...
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. How
Light
about...
bulb.
Have you ever played the game Would You Rather?
All the time. My kids play that game all the time.
Okay, so let's play an adult version of it. And not adult.
Oh,
just
boy.
Our own version
Let's
of
not
it.
go... Yeah, let's not go too adult.
No,
I don't
that's
want to
not...
know all those...
I just meant that I don't have the deck of cards in front of me, so I'm just going to ask my own questions.
Okay.
So let's
go
just
for it.
Play a quick game of Would You Rather.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you should see her right now. She's cracking me up. Let's do this.
Let's
Okay.
do this. Let's
Okay.
go.
Would you rather...
You know
What?
what really sucks about doing this episode? You know what really sucks about doing this episode while drinking?
What?
People are going to expect this, and then we're going to have to drink on every episode.
Oh,
Which
darn.
is not necessarily I know, bummer, right?
You know,
anyway, okay, go ahead. Would you
Hey,
rather?
I don't see how this could be a bad thing.
No, I can't see it either.
Okay,
You know,
so...
unless liver disease and all that good stuff, but you know. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry,
We don't
liver.
drink that much.
I'm going to have fun at your expense tonight.
Yeah,
Get over it.
sorry.
Okay. Okay, would you rather? Would you rather go on a date with Tom Cruise as he is now, or with Tom Cruise in Top Gun?
Oh, hell, that is not even... that's not even a question. Tom Cruise in Top Gun all the way. He's a fucking wacko now.
I know.
And he don't even look the same.
Well, I just
No.
wasn't sure. Are you into whack jobs or what?
Well...
I've heard about your experiences with online dating, so that's why I was asking, just making sure.
It depends on what you mean by whack job. Anyway.
Okay, I'm not touching that with somebody else's penis. Okay, it's your turn.
You did not just say penis.
Yes, I did. I wouldn't touch that with somebody else's penis. Well, not that I have one, but that didn't sound right either.
I'm done. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. It's hard to think of a would you rather question on the fly.
It is, because now I have to think of one and I don't know one. Oh shit. Shit.
Sorry.
I don't know one. Okay. This one's gonna be gross, but not
Okay,
it's
just
just
go.
gonna be gross.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather eat a bowl full of slimy, gross boogers, or a bowl full of dried boogers with milk?
You know what? You're just cruel and mean. That's mean.
Well,
how about dare? How about dare? I'll take the dare.
Dare.
Can there be a dare in
dare?
here? No,
Okay,
I'm not eating either one of them.
You have to pick one, though.
I can't. They like you need thanks for the visual. You just seriously, you made me throw up in my mouth a little bit.
You have to pick one. Slimy, gross boogers or dried boogers with milk.
I can't pick one of those. I cannot make myself say I'm going to eat boogers, period. I just can't. I was nice to you. I'm not going to be nice to you no more. I'm not. I'm not going to be nice because that was just cruel, mean.
Yeah, but you're not playing the game. You didn't answer the question.
I don't want to play no more. How about Never Have I Ever? Have you ever played that game?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Never have I ever eaten a bowl of boogers.
Never. Never, ever. I'm not going to say I've never eaten a booger, because I'm sure I did as a child.
Well, I'm sure I did as a child, too, but not in a bowl full of milk.
Man, do you realize how long it would take to get a bowl full of dried boogers? That would take a really long time.
Do you know that there's a joke going around, like when we were kids, they had all those really long, stupid jokes that kids told. You know, they're kid jokes. Mm-hmm. And there's one with a woman who saved her scabs and pus in a jar.
Oh, God.
Do you remember that one? She saved her scabs in one jar and the pus from the scabs in the other jar. And then somebody got locked in the attic. And the kid got locked in the attic, and then when the parents said, "Well, how did you survive?" "Oh, I survived on the chips and dip upstairs."
Oh, God. Ugh.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's gross. That's far grosser than dried boogers and milk. I'm just saying.
Okay,
that's gross.
Yeah. So I've learned a lesson tonight, something valuable that I'm not playing that game with you ever again.
Well, okay, so the reason why I did that, would you rather, because the job that I used to work at, there was a girl there that I worked with, and we would play that game all the time, and she would come up with the grossest would you rathers. Like, I don't even know. I'm like, you have the mind of the most disgusting person I've ever met. Like, she would come up with I would be like you. I would look at her and go, I'm not answering that question. That's disgusting. Like, I think she asked once, would you rather sleep with your mom or your dad? How about neither? I don't want to do that with either one of my parents. Like, that's kind of the stuff that she would do. And I'm just like, ew. Or
what happened to you?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, did somebody drop you as a child? Because that's the kind of stuff that people who've been dropped as children think about. And that's, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, anyway.
I don't want to play no more.
It's really hot in here. So, I guess that we can, I don't know, do we need to do our admin stuff and call it a night? Because it's hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's about to take her clothes off on Skype.
No.
She needs to go to bed. So I think we're just going to say goodnight for tonight.
Good night.
Hey, are you making fun of me?
What? Yeah. Yes, I am.
Wow.
Because I've been your best friend for 32 years and I'm allowed to do that.
13 years.
Okay.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please email us or give us a shout out, or, we're on Twitter and we're on Podbean And we're on Facebook. And everything is Spiked Coffee and Sarcasm. We're at spikedcoffeeandsarcasm@gmail.com. Please let us know you're out there. Send us something you want to hear us talk about. Drinking or not drinking. We can do either one. We're equal opportunists.
Opportunists?
Podcasters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Told you it was going to get harder as this went on because of the rum. So,
I'm having just as much fun as watching you as you are saying it.
Which is why it'll probably be a long time before we do any kind of live podcasting. Let's just
go there now.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just put that out there now.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll talk at you guys later. So stay happy.
And sarcastic. Is that what we were supposed to say?
I think that's what we were supposed to say. I don't remember. Or be happy. Okay. Stay sarcastic.
Bye.
Be sarcastic. Stay happy. What were we going to say?
Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been put on hold on Skype. I think somebody's probably calling her. So, do. Uh-oh. I don't know if I'm supposed to hit stop or what, but I'm on hold and I can't see her or hear her. Uh-oh.
What the hell happened? My phone rang and you went on pause.
I don't know, but did you pause the stuff?
Shit, I don't know. No.
Okay, because I'm still recording. I was recording while you were on hold. I was on hold.
Me too. I'm still recording too. So that can go in the blooper section if we want. I didn't answer the phone call.
Well, what took you so long?
I couldn't figure out how to get back.
I was doing the Jeopardy theme song and everything. I was like, do.
All right.
We're officially going to say goodbye now.
All right.
So,
goodbye.
Good night. Bye.
Have a good night.